So if I could get Minister Tweed to start off the day, bless the place, and we can get the day started.
Good morning. If we can have your attention as we pause for a word of prayer. Gracious God, we pause to give you thanks for the gift of a brand new day, another opportunity to bear witness and tarry together. As we pause to celebrate on Labor Day, all of the shoulders upon which we stand, the sacrifices and the struggle and the doors that labor has opened. We especially remember those that are fallen and now sleep with the ancestors. And so we remember in particular our beloved brother, former President Adi Simmons. But we are challenged and reminded by the ancestors that Labor Day is not to be reduced to simply festivities, but it is an opportunity for us to be challenged by those that struggled before us and reminded in the present in which we stand that the struggle is not over. For globally and locally, labor has been under attack. Globally and locally, labor continues to fight battles that we thought had long since been won. And so as we gather to celebrate, let us also recommit ourselves and rededicate ourselves. Let us now issue the clarion call that all labor has dignity. Let us continue to break down walls of injustice and inequity. Let us fight to ensure that every worker has decent health care, that every worker can afford decent shelter, that every worker's family can have nutritious food to eat, that every worker's family can have the opportunity to pursue a decent education in accordance with their gifts. And so we are reminded, beloved, that the battle is not over. And so let us, even as we celebrate, continue to be committed and dedicated to the work and the vision of labor, of transforming this island into an oasis of peace and justice. And let us continue to tarry and labor until justice rolls down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream. Bless us as we journey through this day. And all of God's people said amen.
Good morning. Happy Labor Day to all. We built this island. I would like to congratulate all who have contributed to building this island. Today is the first Labor Day without Brother Admiral Simmons. So there is no way that we can begin these celebrations without paying respects to the man responsible for Labor Day. Can I ask you all to please stand? And we're going to have a moment of silence for Brother Admiral Simmons, the man responsible for Labor Day. Thank you. In honor of his legacy and commitment to the labor movement, the BIU has a memorial done to pay respects to Brother Oliver Simmons over to my immediate left, in between Dr. Gordon and Dr. Barbara Ball. As we said during Brother Oliver's funeral on the 25th of June, whilst he told us while he was living, we could not put a mural of him on the wall. Not sure enough, once he passed, we went right to work to make sure we can have it done for this Labor Day. So I certainly want to thank Mr. Gavin Smith and the Chew-Stick and his team for making sure we have the mural for Brother Adi today. In 1981, after the general strike, Brother Adi demanded that we have a public holiday for Labor Day. Just a reminder to those of you who may not know. International Workers' Day is May 1st, the 1st of May. An excerpt from Brother Adi's 1982 Labor Day message. With a view to improving further the dignity and worth of the Bermuda worker, we would like to here contain requests and urging that the Public Holidays Act be amended to have Labor Day the first Monday in May of each year. The first Monday in May of each year. Of course, the powers that be, the Chamber of Commerce, which represents the business community, said that their members could not agree to another public holiday in May. Because we already had, of course, May 24th, now Bermuda Day. But as I said earlier, the general strike of 1981, Brother Adi was demanding we have a public holiday for Labor Day. So Brother Adi, with the support of the membership, have made a decision after the general strike in 1981, in May of 1982, we were going to take a public holiday, paid or unpaid. Why do I say that? There's no need to take a public holiday without pay in May. The reason being, Mr. Eugene Cox, the former PLP Shadow Minister of Labor, tabled a bill that went through the House of Assembly that granted the first Monday in September would be Labor Day, a victory for Brother Adi and the BRU. The Bermuda Trade Union Congress and the BRU for years have been lobbying successive governments to change September Labor Day to May in line with International Workers' Day. Today, we have not been successful. Most workers, however, there's a way here for many people that are taking Labor Day for granted because they do not appreciate this day that was fought for by organized labor. Most workers in an ununionized workplace do not even support the activities of the day because they just accept this as another holiday. So you might be saying, Brother Chris, you're singing about the unorganized. What about the organized? I got you too. Then there are several workers in the unionized workplaces where we have some 8,000 plus members between all the unions. And some of them have not even supported the Labor Day activities. For them, it's just another public holiday. That's truth. We're taking things for granted. Sister, I have repeat, but I know that there are other speakers that's going to come behind me. Here's what I would say to both of those groups, the unorganized and the organized. Just remember, if you stopped and thought a minute, prior to September, the first Monday in September of 1982, every Monday before that was a work day. So through the vision of Brother Ottawell Simmons and the labor movement, you now enjoy this day. Please stop taking it for granted. As we celebrate this day of the day, the theme we built this island, let us just remember the honor and legacy of Brother Ottawell Simmons, who said in his everyday message of 1982, "My appeal to all workers is to continue in the building of a better Bermuda." The government, whilst the government has done some things for the people, the government needs to do more for the people. Why it appears to be clear to some, maybe not to all, a corporate tax is intimate. And over the next 15 to 18 months, it's probably going to happen. Therefore, we should consider reducing the cost of healthcare. Brother Reverend Tweed just mentioned this. Reduce the cost of healthcare for employees and employers. This could be achieved, and I know that the government's going to say, well, where we get the money from? This could be achieved by government assistance, by providing the funding that will be needed to reduce healthcare costs by 50 to 100%. This will provide immediate relief for so many workers that will provide an increase in their disposable income. This initiative could take place while we are considering ways to reduce Bermuda's high cost of living. There is a whole lot said about Fairmont of Hampton. There are people for it, people against it. They accuse me as the president of the BIU of siding with the management team. I'm siding with what's right. Let me say that again. The BIU is siding with what's right. The hotel closed in 2020. Renovations is going to be completed so the hotel can reopen with construction jobs as well as jobs for our people. The BIU lost 650 plus members up at their hotel when it closed. If this was the ODA, they'll still be supporting the hotel reopening. So those out there who are thinking, well, it's wrong for the hotel reopen, and maybe they're separating the two because we've got this SDO. Just a FYI. 2009, there was an approved SDO for Fairmont Southampton. Approved in 2009. Where was the objections to them? Nowhere. Now, because apparently, they've got stuff going on about Premier Bart, Chris Mabry, and all this kind of stuff, it's there through here and there. That's why this deal's got to be done. Out of nonsense. People are looking for jobs. That is the largest hotel in this country. As I told the former Minister of Finance, that hotel is too big to fail. So if somebody's trying to sell you something that's not correct, please, Bermuda, let's not be like America. You got so many people in America that believe in wrong is right. How? And in what lifetime did wrong become right? In what lifetime? Pay attention to who's trying to lead you in the wrong direction. With that, I would like to encourage us to come together and renew our commitment to building a fair and equitable Bermuda that will provide Bermudans with a better quality of life and their families. Just before I finish, the t-shirt that I have on, I do apologize. I have to apologize on behalf of the executive board. Whilst we produced this t-shirt, the week that Brother Adi was going to be funeralized, no one thought about having some shuts done for today. But we intend to make sure we place an order to get some shirts done in all sizes, so those who are interested come by, purchase a shirt at the BIU, and the price will probably be about $20. So on this day, I salute all workers who have helped to build this island, who have contributed to the well-being of Bermuda. For that, I say thank you. Happy Labor Day. United we stand, divided we fall. And in pardon, this is for those who are wondering what happened to protocol. How did the president of the BIU get to speak before the premier of the country and even the minister of labor? Today, as I said earlier, is the first Labor Day that we are celebrating without Ottawa Simmons, the man responsible for Labor Day. So I asked the chairman of the Joint Labor Day Committee, I spoke to the premier, and I spoke to the minister of labor, and we told him exactly what was going to happen today. Without disrespecting protocol, I thought I should clarify that for you. Thank you.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, brothers and sisters. Good morning. All right. Good morning to brothers and sisters of BIU, the BPSU, the BUT, Fire Service Association, Electricity Supply Trade Union, Bermuda Entertainers Union, Prison Officers Association, Bermuda Police Association, and most of all, a good morning to the workers and people of Bermuda. I am honored to be here today in Union Square as we celebrate the lasting impact and invaluable contributions Bermuda's labor movement has made to Bermuda, and as we commemorate the sacrifices and courage of labor leaders of days past and those who stood on the front lines and fought for the rights that workers enjoy today and fought for a fair Bermuda. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, and I quote, "Human progress is neither automatic nor inevitable. Every step towards the goal of justice requires sacrifice, suffering, and struggle, the tireless exertions and passionate concern of dedicated individuals," end quote. In Bermuda, those dedicated individuals are women and men of the labor movement who did not sit by and simply accept the status quo. They organized at the Naval Dockyard in the 1940s, Belco in the 1960s, and across the island in the General Strike of 1981. Each time, they put down their comforts and even safety aside to demand more from those in power. More protection for workers, better working conditions, and fairer pay. They stood united in solidarity and laid the foundation for the continual fight for a better and fair Bermuda, not just for Black Bermudians, white Bermudians, or Portuguese Bermudians, but all Bermudians. And yes, they built this island as we know and love today. They even fought for recognition of the lasting impact of the labor movement, and in doing so, helped to establish this very day, Labor Day, as a holiday in 1982. One of the visionary leaders who united the works of this island and the father of Bermuda's modern labor movement was the late great brother, Ottawa Simmons. His dedication to equality, social justice, and workers' rights was unshakable, no matter the personal toll. We honor his memory and we thank him for his incredible sacrifices and the immense contributions he made to Bermuda, both through his time as president of the Bermuda Industrial Union and as a Progressive Labor Party MP. But as we thank him, we must ensure that his good works continue. And that is why I am proud to lead a labor government that has stood alongside our trade unions through the decades, working together to build a more equitable society. And since 2017, with the support of our trade union partners, we have continually reaffirmed our commitment to the workers of Bermuda. We modernized labor legislation to assist trade unions in representing and safeguarding Bermuda's workers. We strengthened protections for workers against sexual harassment and bullying, enhanced paternity leave, and proudly introduced paid paternity leave. We implemented the largest moratorium on work permits in Bermuda's history to protect jobs and provide more opportunities for our people. And we reduced payroll taxes for 86% of workers, and we delivered on our promise to implement a minimum wage for the first time in Bermuda's history. Yes, indeed, the Labor government is delivering on what we said. We know that there is more work to be done to continue advancing workers' rights and in reducing the cost of living. And we will continue to stand in solidarity with our trade unions as your progressive Labor Party government implements reforms that makes Bermuda a fairer society for all Bermudians. And so as I close, I thank all of our trade unions, the membership of the unions, and the leaderships of the unions for the sacrifices that you make, for the role that you have played and continue to play in building this island and advocating for the island's workers. So today, as we celebrate the hard-fought achievements and self-sacrifices so many have made for us, I would like to congratulate those persons who organized this Labor Day celebration. It's great work. The chairman, the vice president, Stephen Dill of the Bermuda Industrial Union, congratulations to you, sir, for doing your work to organize an amazing celebration. And today I stand here proud as the leader of a Labor government to commit to solidarity and progress for a more equitable Bermuda. United we stand. Thank you.
Good morning, Bermuda. Brothers and sisters, today we gather in recognition for Labor Day, a day dedicated to honoring the hardworking men and women of our country. I am filled with great pride and optimism about what lies in our future. Today, as we gather, we celebrate the contributions of workers, both past and present. Through their extraordinary sacrifices and achievements, these workers have made an invaluable contribution to our country. Brothers and sisters, we can't take for granted our past. We can't take for granted that Bermuda is the gem of the Atlantic, because workers of this country built it through hard work and sacrifice. We shouldn't have to remind individuals the importance of Labor Day, but we find ourselves up here doing it year after year, and we will continue to do it. Because we can't allow Labor Day to be reduced to just simply a day off. In 1981, workers of this country sacrificed wages to ensure that there were fair working conditions, that there were increases in salaries, ensuring that a fair day's work was remunerated with a fair day's pay. And it was out of that struggle that Labor Day was born. So when individuals say, we built this island, that's an absolute fact. And it is this Labor government, the Progressive Labor Party, who has governed with the ethos of social justice, One, where we ensure that we have a human-centered approach to policy development, ensuring that we enhance workers' rights, ensuring that we have better labor relations in Bermuda, ensuring that we increase social protections across the board so we don't leave our brothers and sisters behind. This year, we've made significant achievements. We've implemented, for the first time in Bermuda's history, a minimum wage. $16.40. Now, some say that's too low. Others say that's too high. But what is undeniable is that that is a historic and monumental first step in the right direction. We've created a Department of Labor, which is responsible for the administration of labor laws and legislation to ensure that we enhance workers' rights and guarantee fair wages and conditions within the workplace. We have issued guidance on independent contractors to ensure that individuals don't leave work on Friday as an employee and return to work on Monday as an independent contractor with no benefits. We developed a guide for working in Bermuda, so it's made absolutely clear what our laws and policies are. We have to continue to reiterate that domestic workers in Bermuda are employees. Nobody should retain their passports, their employment contracts, or other personal documents from these individuals. They deserve decent and dignified work as well. Bermuda is not the place for modern day slavery. And all the rights enshrined in the Employment Act are due to those workers. This government stands firm in our commitment to labor. We will ensure that we continue to invest in skill development. We continue to invest in apprenticeships. We continue to invest in scholarships to ensure that our young people can be part of a prosperous future. Our work is not done. We will look to ensure that equal work for equal pay is within all industries. We will work to ensure the furtherance of a living wage for workers in Bermuda. We will be refining and monitoring the living wage rate that we implemented. We're also going to ensure that we put legislation in place that prevents employers from withholding tips, gratuities, and service charges from employees within the workplace. Brothers and sisters, it is true that this government wants to increase the working population. To achieve this, what we first want to do is retain all the workers we currently have in the workplace. We want to ensure that our students who go away to study return home and contribute to our island. We want to ensure that we reduce the factors that lead to migration and individuals thinking the grass is greener on the other side. It is our responsibility as a government, and that's what we'll ensure we do. Brothers and sisters, in closing, our economy is improving. The number of people employed in Bermuda are up. The number of Bermudians in the workforce is up. Unemployment is done. Youth unemployment is done. We will continue to be steadfast in our dedication to the workers of Bermuda. Brothers and sisters, before we close, there's one individual who retired from the labor movement this year. That's Sister Molly Burgess, who dedicated 52 years of her life to the labor movement in Bermuda. So in closing, 3 cheers for Sister Molly Burgess. Hip hip! Hip hip! Labor!
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to first start by acknowledging the officials of the union, officers, members of the union. Thank you so much for your kind hospitality today. When we marched down, we were warmly welcomed and embraced by a number of people, and I can definitely say I appreciate that. I also greet the Premier and the Honorable Minister of Labor today. My name, well said. My name is Jerry Richardson. I'm the opposition leader of Bermuda. I apologize, I didn't have any prepared remarks, but I would like to say something. When I started drafting the opposition leader's statement about labor for today, it struck me, I wrote the first words, which was workers' rights. And it struck me just how shallow those words are when you say them, as if they always existed, as if everyone always had the rights that workers have today. So many people have worked incredibly so hard to bring about the things that we think of as normal today. Vacations, today's Labor Day. When we think about childcare, so many people have worked so hard. It's literally unfathomable how many people put in so much effort. I wrote about how, for example, that when they launched organized labor in Bermuda, it wasn't PowerPoints and computers. It wasn't in air-conditioned offices. It was in living rooms. It was in homes. It was in community clubs. It was in sports clubs. It was markers and placards. It was people risking everything they had, and they had earned everything in their whole families. They risked literally everything to stand up on a street corner somewhere and to demand something which the powers that be could have easily squashed. They could have wiped them out. And they risked all for the things we have today. And then the next generation came along and built on that. The next generation came along and built on that. And today we literally have a thriving, organized labor movement in Bermuda. That was not an accident. That was not going to happen all by itself. That took work, sweat equity. And I have to say, I'm so very thankful to be invited up here today to pass on that message, to say thank you. Because we memorialize those people who came before us, who worked so incredibly hard to bring about the things we see as normal today. Most especially, I want to echo the words of Mr. Herbert about Otto Simmons. I went to his funeral at St. Paul's, and I learned an incredible amount about him. I really, really wish that I had the opportunity to learn from him. But with that being said, there's a new opportunity in Bermuda now. There's an opportunity for a place where the rights that we have can be built on, and we can continue that legacy. And that's what I'm here for today. My party colleagues and I, we just thank you for the opportunity to make a presentation, to stand amongst you, to celebrate with you, to memorialize with you, and most of all, to say thank you to organized labor in Bermuda. Thank you.
Good day, brothers and sisters. My name is Kevin Grant. I'm the General Secretary for the Bermuda Trade Union Congress and the Bermuda Public Services Union. At this time, We will have greetings from the various unions. First up to speak right now will be Sister Nishanti Bailey. Nishanti is the actual president of the Bermuda Trade Union Congress and also the president of the Bermuda Union of Teachers. Sister Nishanti.
Thank you, Brother GS. Happy Labor Day 2023, brothers and sisters. We could do a little bit better than that when we look at and we think about what Labor Day is and what it means and the sacrifices that have been made for us. So happy Labor Day 2023, brothers and sisters. It is a distinct honor to give you solidarity greetings as the president of the Bermuda Trade Union Congress, the BTUC, the umbrella union that represents each and every union and association that you serve as members under. This year's theme of We Built This Island is significant, as under the umbrella of the BTUC, your unions and associations have come together to collectively advocate for you, to collectively sit at the table for the interests of the workers of this community, because we understand that we are better together. And so today's greetings are simply a thank you in three forms, because when we look at the theme of We Built This Island, it gives us first and foremost the sacred opportunity to reflect on and appreciate the efforts, the sacrifices of those who came before us, our leaders, our forefathers, and the workers who contributed to the success of this island who may no longer be here. Number two, we celebrate each and every one of you who are currently contributing to the labor force and movement in Bermuda. And then also number three, you usually see my daughter here at my hip or on my side, but she's a little big, but she's right there at the front. We do what we do so that we lay a solid foundation for the future to continue building on what was given to us and what we are doing now. And so we thank each and every one of you. And as the president of the BTUC, to our members of the Electricity Supply Trade Union, we thank you for powering and supplying this island. To our members of the Bermuda Entertainment Union, we give gratitude to you for entertaining and promoting this island. To our brothers and sisters of the Fire Services Association, we take our hats off to you, because when we run out, you run in to save and protect this island. To our brothers and sisters of the Bermuda Industrial Union, the home of Labor Day, we take our hats off to you for maintaining, for transporting, and for servicing this island. To our brothers and sisters of the Prison Officers Association, we bow down to you for the daily risks that you make for safeguarding this island. To our members of the Bermuda Police Association, we pay homage to you for keeping true to your duty of protecting and serving and saving this community. And to our brothers and sisters of the Bermuda Public Services Union, we give you gratitude for servicing, for keeping the business of this island going. And last and certainly not least, to the union who I serve, I have the humble privilege to serve as the 40th president of, the Mother Union of Labor in Bermuda, the first union founded over 104 years ago at St. John's Graveyard by four trailblazing visionaries, Reverend Rufus Stubble, Mr. Dow Tucker, and cousins Edith and Matilda Crawford, who started this movement of labor and the importance of the labor movement. To each and every one of my members, I kneel down, I take my hat off, and I salute each and every one of you, because the success of labor starts within the four walls of your classrooms. When we receive those 3- and 4-year-old babies and we nurture them over the next 18 years of their lives so that they may be successful contributors to this community, we thank each and every one of you, the members of the Bermuda Union of Teachers, for teaching, for educating, for coaching, and for nurturing this community. And collectively, each and every union and association falling under the BTUC, the Bermuda Trade Union Congress, without us and our efforts, where would Bermuda be? The work that you do, the work that has been done is significant and is important under this theme that we recognize that we built this island, we will continue to build on this island so that our island will continue to prosper. Happy Labor Day, everyone, and we wish you much success for the upcoming year in solidarity.
Our next speaker coming to the podium, brothers and sisters, will be no other than Brother Armel Thomas, who is the president of the Bermuda Public Services Union. Come in.
Thank you, Sister Bailey. She's very short, but guess what? She's taller than me. Thank you, sis. Good day, brothers and sisters, and distinguished guests and fellow citizens. Happy Labor Day. Today, we gather to celebrate Labor Day. We pause to reflect upon the countless contributions that have shaped Bermuda into a remarkable island we know today. It is a day to honor the spirit of hard work, dedication, and unity that binds us together as a community. This year's Labor Day theme, We Built This Island, resonates deeply with the essence of Bermuda's labor movement, a movement that has brought workers, unions, governments, employers together to create a better future. The collaboration between the public, private, unions, government, and employers have been instrumental in propelling our island's growth. As the proud president of the Bermuda Public Service Union, it would be remiss of me not to take this opportunity to publicly thank our members for their contribution to Bermuda. With a membership over 3,000 union strong, the union strength spans both the public and private sectors and has representation in the multitude industries across Bermuda. For over 70 years, the BPSU members have been at the forefront of building and nurturing the very foundations upon which our island stands. Our members in the public service have dedicated themselves to ensuring that our society functions smoothly, efficiently, and compassionately. We also recognize the invaluable contributions that our members in the private sector have made to progressing and ensuring the resilience of our shared home. We're extremely proud and grateful of our members for their unwavering professionalism and commitment to their clients, colleagues, employers, and their country. Without doubt, our members can join with workers across the island and proudly earn the mantra, we built this island. Today, we also come together to express our deepest gratitude for the past leaders of Bermuda's trade union movement who have paved the way for the remarkable spirit and unity and collaboration we embody today. Throughout history, Bermuda's unions have championed the cause of fair wages, safe working conditions, and the rights for workers. Let us not forget that we currently on the shoulders of giants, those past leaders who, against all odds, forged the path towards a more equitable and just society. This courage, dedication, and unwavering commitment to the rights of workers have shaped our labor movement into what it is today. Their sacrifices have not gone unnoticed, and it is their sacrifices and determination to continue to inspire, to propel us as we look forward to our future. The way we can truly honor their memory is continue to build the foundation they laid. As we celebrate the legacy of our predecessors, however, we must also acknowledge challenges that lie ahead. Today, we stand at a critical juncture where the need for progress and workers' protection is of paramount importance. Ensuring workers means not only fair wages and safe workplaces, but also affordable health care that guarantees the well-being of our workforce. Equal access to afford health care must be the #1 priority of this government. It is long overdue, with many workers' family now at a crisis point. I can tell you, there's two things we work for. Two things. There's education and helping to educate our loved ones as well, and medication. Medication is critical. The long-promised implementation of unemployment insurance must be given priority status by the government and employers. Unemployment insurance provides a safety net during times of economic uncertainty, offering peace of mind to workers and their families, as well as to the wider economy. Ensuring that these types of protection is what progressive governments and employers do for their employees. Our island's progress must be accompanied by protection against the tide of inflation that threatens workers' livelihoods. A sustainable cost of living ensures that hardworking individuals and families can afford the necessities that allow them to thrive. Bermuda's workers deserve a sustainable cost of living. Together, we must protect Bermuda's workers against the cause of the runaway inflations. As a result of our long union leadership of all workers, Bermuda now have the legal right to work environments that are free from bullying and sexual harassment. Unfortunately, not all employers have lived up to their legal obligations and as outlined in the Employment Act. I can categorically state that the BPSU has a zero tolerance for bullying and harassment in the workplace, and this union will be doubling its efforts to ensure compliance. The pandemic has taught us the importance of the work environment that supports and protects good mental health. More efforts must be made to improve collective bargaining agreements and legislation in this area. These challenges can only effectively tackle when labor, government, and employers join forces in pursuit to a common goal. Together, we must continue to build bridges of cooperation to address these pressing issues. As we reflect on our journey this Labor Day, let us remember that the spirit of collaboration is our greatest asset. The legacy of our labor movement and sacrifices of those who came before us inspire us to strive for a future where every worker's voice is heard, where protection is guaranteed, and where opportunities for progress are accessible to all. Let us continue to work hand in hand, united in our commitment to build an island that empowers the workforce, safeguards their well-being, and paves the way for a brighter tomorrow. Let us stand strong, united in our commitment to a better tomorrow. Let us continue to build these bridges, tear down the walls, and foster a future where the spirit of collaboration drives us forward. In closing, I wish a happy Labor Day to each and every one of you, and extend a serious thanks to all who have contributed to building this island we collectively call home. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The next speaker coming to the podium will be Brother Timothy Sion. Brother Timothy Sion is the president of the Prison Officers Association, and he also serves as the first vice president of the Bermuda Trade Union Congress. Brother Timothy Sion, please.
Good afternoon, all. It's wonderful to see all the beautiful faces supporting Labor today. I do not want to repeat all that the listening audience has heard, trailing Sister Ashanti Bailey and everyone else before me. This year's Labor Day theme is Rebuilt This Island. As I reflect on this profound statement, cemented in truth, let's dissect this year's theme, Rebuilt This Island. First, who are the we? It is my view the we birthing the labor movement in this North American island were the very people that contributed the seeded wealth of this island's infrastructure that all enjoyed. This can be confirmed and cited in the Bermuda Constitutional Documents and Correspondences, a collective works of William Cooper. And in that book, the enforcement of the 1834 English Emancipation Act provided 20 million pounds, 50,409 pounds of this amount being allocated to the people of Bermuda. I can further confirm, and it's no secret, that we are the Aboriginal people of the Americas, told and illustrated through numerous history books, such as Othello's Children, The New World, Identity of the African American Experience, the 20 volumes of the Annals of American History, African American, Native Americans' Language of Race, and the Evolution of the Red and Black Peoples, and my favorite, Slaves and Slaveholders of Bermuda. You can get a copy of that at Brown & Co., written by Virginia Bernhardt. She's a professor in history. The we also pertaining to us, as defined in the British Nationality Act 1981. Under this Act, 37A, a British citizen, a British dependent territory citizen, a British overseas citizen, and a British subject. This measure was put in place for the purpose of reducing statelessness. The bill piece of this year's being is the seeded wealth that provided the integral and intricate resource of Bermuda's island-wide community. And collectively, we all continue to give service and hold offices as administrators, educators, uniformed service workers, such as fire, police, customs, regiment, and prison officers. We serve as bus operators, hydrocodalists, medical service personnel, clergymen, and the list can go on. As an island, we are isolated approximately 1,400 kilometers from its closest point to North Carolina on the mainland of the Americas. Every man and woman living on this island has a moral obligation to encourage and even take action in maintaining an equitable Bermuda for all. As with all flourishing communities, no one is an island and no one stands alone. We must work together, being wise and faithful stewards to achieve this end. I would suggest to the government of the day a succession plan moving forward to give more teeth to labor in the near and distant future. And that is to follow the precedent that has been set by the Vatican State, renouncing the doctrine of discovery and promoting human development. The Bermuda Constitution Order of 1968 further enunciates and guarantees the fundamental freedoms and rights of the individual. I will be the first to declare that the rights of indigenous peoples must be injected, recognized, and legally and lawfully exercised by the local judiciary. Also, the International Covenant of Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights, all people for their own ends freely dispose of their natural wealth and resources without prejudice to any obligation arising out of international economic cooperation, based upon the principle of mutual benefit. And international law in no case may the people be deprived of its own means of subsistence. That was a lot I just said. I'm going to shorten it for you. What that statement is saying is going to give labor more teeth to address the corporate advantage in this island and to better remunerate the workers that continue to make Bermuda great. I thank you all for coming out. And in closing, I would like to say to the administrative government that we need to make Labor Day Archibald Simmons Day. United we stand. Thank you.
So we're moving right along, brothers and sisters. The next person to the podium will be Brother Dean Smith. Brother Dean Smith serves on the executive board of the Bermuda Trade Union Congress. He represents the Fire Services Association, where he serves as executive treasurer on their board. Brother Dean Smith.
Good day, yo. Thank you, Brother Kev, for the introduction. I know it's going to be a tough battle to perform after all these speeches that's been here before me. Happy Labor Day to all. Happy Labor Day to the honorable government members present today, our fellow union brothers and sisters, and the listening audience. We built this island. Each one, reach one. We are all in this together. As we reflect on the days of experiencing the pandemic with this opportunity to honor the principles of why trade unions exist, we built this island. It's quite fitting for this year as we acknowledge the depth of our trade unions' unwavering commitment to ensure a safe working environment for all. The Labor Day holiday is a hallowed occasion highlighting economic achievements, acknowledging the contributions that were made resounding strength, highlighting social and economic achievements while protecting the life of their country. First and foremost, I would like to thank the listening audience again, and I appreciate if you can not only hear, but listen to my contribution today. My name is Dean Smith, and I'm an acting sergeant of the Bermuda Fire and Rescue Service. I stand here today as the treasurer of our union, expressing the regrets of our president, Dominique Manette, for not being able to attend today's victorious momentous event. We built this island, Bermuda Fire and Rescue Service. We protect this island, we save this island. There are several topics, impediments, and achievements that we can mention today, but I prefer to present three rising matters and achievements: health and safety, Canadian firefighters and personnel, and arbitration surrounding the Eastern Parish Ambulance. Health and safety. Bermuda Fire and Rescue Service can be considered the leading service of health and safety on our island. I mention this because we protect our island regarding any emergency or calamity that arises on any given day, 365 days a year. We save our island, which we are ambulance and fire personnel that respond to any medical matter alike. Bermuda Fire and Rescue Service, we can finally be able to establish a health and safety committee as of April of this year, 2023, and it is now in fully operation. In fact, starting this month, September, our committee will be providing a health and safety tip once per month to our community and our island as a whole. Canadian firefighters and personnel. It's a huge one. According to the Bermuda Civil Aviation Authority, we lack firefighter coverage due to British Airways size, which is a Cat 9, and probable diversions, flight diversions. Therefore, in order for our airport to remain open, we were unable to immediately acquire and train new firefighters to help with the need of fire coverage at the airport. In light of us looking to keep our service a Bermudian-based service, we would like to inform everyone that we have young adults who are excited to embark on a new career as firefighters. As a result of this process, we recently hired 10 firefighters and a further 23 firefighters. We will be relieving the Canadian firefighters of their duties by the end of September. We extend our gratitude towards Canadian firefighters for coming and assisting us and fulfilling this role so that we can maintain the level of safety that's required by the Bermuda Civil Aviation Authority. And again, we would like to thank everyone for making this process a successful one, and we are excited to have our local Bermudians fill these roles after September. Arbitration. I am happy to inform the public that despite difficulties caused by the absence of an ambulance in the eastern part of our island, us, the Fire Service Association, work feverish alongside management and the government to find a solution. We recognize the difficulties, and this is one of the main reasons we stuck with our decision to ensure that this was corrected and was best for our wellness, because everyone is important, and we would hate to miss the opportunity to save a life. With that being said, we are now happy to stand here and tell you, the public, on Labor Day, that we, the ambulance service, are now back in the Eastern Parishes to provide you with the labor that you deserve, which is an efficient response time as firefighters, ambulance EMTs, as emergency services to help us be a safer community. Also to mention that King Albert Memorial Hospital EMTs are also in the Eastern Parish to assist us. As an executive member of the Bermuda Trade Union Congress, we, the FSA, acknowledge and extend many blessings of the Bermuda Industrial Union's continued tradition, celebration, its solidarity, and commitment over our island, Bermuda. We built this island, the Bermuda Fire and Rescue Service. We protect this island, we save this island, and it takes each one to reach one. We are all in this together.
Hanging there a little bit more with us, brothers and sisters, as we go through the speeches from the Bermuda Trade Union Congress Union. The next person up to speak is the Vice President of the Electrical Service Trade Union. His name is Kevin Pilgrim. He's an executive of the Bermuda Trade Union Congress Board, and he also is the Vice President of the ESTU. Brother Kevin Pilgrim, please make your way.
Good morning, everybody. Firstly, on behalf of every brother and sister of Electricity Supply Trade Union, happy Labor Day. Today, on this auspicious occasion of Labor Day, we gather here to celebrate the tremendous achievements of our island and the indomitable spirit of the people who have built it. We stand here proud and united as a testament to our unwavering determination to overcome various challenges. Whether these challenges be historical, institutional, social, or political, and as a beacon of hope for the future generations of this island. Reflecting upon our past, we are reminded of the countless struggles our forefathers endured to shape this island into what it is today. From the blood, sweat, and tears shed by our forefathers, to the resilience shown by generations of workers, we have overcome adversities that once seemed insurmountable. It is their unwavering commitment to progress that has paved the way for the prosperity and success that we strive for today. This island was built on the foundations of hard work, sacrifice, and the integrity of an equally shared vision for a better tomorrow. From the laborers who toiled in fields, factories, and construction sites, to the teachers, doctors, and engineers who built the intellectual backbone of this society. Every unionized individual has played a pivotal role in shaping our collective destiny. Each brick laid, each idea shared, and each innovation embraced. This has brought us closer to the realization of our dreams. But let us not rest on our laurels of our past achievements. As we gather here today, we must reflect upon the future of continuing to build this island. The challenges we face today are different from those of the past, but they are no less daunting. Climate change threatens our environment, grows mental and emotional despair amongst our people. Inequality at all levels continues to persist in our society. Continuous empty and broken promises from those who are in positions of leadership. And also, technological advances reshape the very future of work. However, just as our forefathers faced their trials and tribulations, we too must rise to the occasion. Remember, progress is a process. To continue to build this island, we must embrace the spirit of strength, honor, integrity, unity, and most of all, collaboration. We must recognize that the challenges we face are not individual burdens, but collective responsibilities. It is only through us coming together across all sectors of society that we can find innovative solutions to our current and future problems that lie ahead. Let us foster an environment where ideas can flourish, where diversity is celebrated, and where every individual is empowered to contribute their unique skills and talents. Building this island requires that we invest in our own people. Education, training, and access to opportunities must be made available to all of us, regardless of our backgrounds and or circumstances. By nurturing a skilled and adaptable workforce, we can ensure that our island remains at the forefront of innovation and progress. Let us, and when I say us, I don't mean just us on the side of the union table. I mean us, all of us on both sides of the table. Let us also remember the importance of fair wages and benefits, decent working conditions, and social protections for all workers. Only by valuing and respecting the contributions and challenges of every individual can we truly build a just society that is inclusive of us all and not just the usual select few. As we look towards the future, we must also be mindful of the impact our actions have on the environment. Building sustainably means preserving our natural resources, reducing our carbon footprint, and embracing clean and renewable energy. And for those of us who are looking to participate in supplying renewable energy to Ireland, the ESU challenges the government of the day and the other political parties to ensure that the playing field is transparent and fair to all potential candidates, whether they be big or small entities, and whether these entities are being established or not. Let us be custodians of this island, ensuring that future generations not only just inherit a country, but a world that is not only prosperous, but also environmentally sound. So in conclusion, my fellow trade unionists, today we celebrate not only the achievements of the past, but the vast potential of the future. We stand on the shoulders of giants, but it is now our turn to carry the torch forward. Let us continue to build this island, not just physically, but also socially, economically, and environmentally. Together, we can create a future that surpasses even our wildest dreams. Remember, we are labor workers, and we built this island, and we will continue to build this island. Thank you.
Thanks, brothers and sisters. We are getting there. Coming up to the podium now is the president of the Bermuda Entertainment Union. Her name is Sister Selena Fields. Selena Fields, you'll be coming to the podium. something of a different flavor. Sister Selena Fields.
Happy Labor Day! Happy Labor Day, Bermuda! I have with me, standing next to me, who always stands next to me, and I'm so grateful for her, is our sister Toni Robinson. She's our interim vice president of the BEU, and she has something special she wants to deliver for you just before my few words.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm sure if we've spoken about honoring the legacy of Brother Otwell Simmons, and I'm sure if he was a singer, this might have been a song that he might have sung or hummed during the struggle for rights for workers in Bermuda. And this is dedicated to all of you, all of the workers in Bermuda. I don't feel no waste time. We've come too far from where we started from. Nobody told me that this road would be easy, and I don't believe he's brought us this far to leave you and me. So we just can't give up now, for we've come too far from where it started from. Nobody told you and me that this road would be easy, but I don't believe he's brought us this far. I know you don't believe he's brought us this far. Oh, I don't believe he's brought me this far to leave me. Happy Labor Day.
Thank you so much, Sister Toni. I needed that, and I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm going to be very brief as we're a little bit over time. I just wanted to be able to say thank you to the organizers of this Labor Day celebration today, and in particular, I wanted to single out our dear sister Janae Ferbert, who, upon my request, joined the committee to help make it such a beautiful day and the success it is, and to make sure we had a nice showing of entertainment today. So please give our sister Janae Ferbert a round of applause for what she brought to the table this year. And I also want to thank all of our members of the BEU, and especially our executive, who behind the scenes really work hard. We do our best. It's been some difficult years, these past few years, but we're coming back, as you can see. And I just want to thank everyone in the community who continues to support Bermudian entertainment. I must again single out Brother Glenn Blakeney, who gave the BEU and myself an opportunity to bring you local music once a week on Magic 102.7 last year. And we really appreciated that opportunity, Brother Glenn. And we still receive comments from members of the community who express how much they enjoyed that. And I can't help but just saying something about all of you that are out there in your green, because you helped build me. And I want to thank you personally, our premier, our leader, our deputy, and all of the ministers who have been so supportive of the Bermuda Entertainment Union and entertainers and the entertainment community, and also Brother Jason. I just want to thank you because you all gave me an opportunity for leadership years ago, and it helped prepare me for my current position, which, by the way, I will be stepping down next year, and you will have a new, vibrant leader, hopefully. And I hope that you will give that new leader the support that you've always given the BEU. And I think of our past presidents who are no longer with us, Brother Lloyd Simmons, Brother Leroy Simmons, who it's hard to believe we lost him just 4 years ago, and we lost Brother Lloyd this year. So, and I have to mention our immediate past president, Brother Shine Hayward, Wendell Shine Hayward, who continues to be a mentor and great support to me and our executive. He's a trustee now. And of course, Sister Sandy, Sister Sandy Butterfield and the entire trustees team. So I hope you all continue to enjoy today and all that it has to offer. Again, the committee, you've done a beautiful job with bringing the vendors out and all of you here to celebrate labor with us, as without labor, where would we be? Because as our theme for this year is, we did build this island. So one last thing, at the banquet, I learned that a young gentleman who will be representing as a candidate over in constituency 8 is the son of one of my favorite musicians who's no longer with us, but I didn't know that Daryl Fugler was Misha's father. And I have to say that Daryl was such a beautiful pianist. And every Sunday at the Village Inn up in Somerset, he would he would play one of my favorite tunes, which is I Wish I Knew What It Felt Like to Be Free. And so to find out that he was Misha's father was just so heartwarming. So I wanted to give that shout out to Misha and the Daryl family, because he was wonderful. And if you've ever heard or seen him perform, you really received a treat. So with that, I just want to say thank you all again for supporting the BEU. Continue to support Bermudian entertainers and entertainment industry here in Bermuda. Thank you all.
No, that was my speech. But obviously, I'm not going to hold up everyone, because I think that it's important that you have been patient. The actual, what was needed to be said has been said. But one thing that we cannot neglect or deny is that it looks pretty wicked around here this afternoon, doesn't it? It's not been like this here in a long time. So one of the things that we must always appreciate is change. Change we must embrace. It's happening right before us. There are some stalwarts that were mentioned, but remember stalwarts like Dr. Brother Charles, right? From the BUT. He's no longer the General Secretary there. Dr. Edward Ball, Jr., he's no longer the General Secretary of the BPSU. And of course, the icon, Sister Miley Burgess, she's no longer General Secretary of the BIU. So change is happening, and change will continue to happen. And I am not afraid of change, but we just have to learn how to embrace change so that we can make a betterment for everyone. And I just need to be able to thank those persons who are starting to make a change for this particular event. And that is the new reinvigorated Joint Labor Day Organizing Committee. I must mention, before I mention the names of those committee members, I just want to talk about those two individuals who come straight to mind that we should acknowledge, and that is Brother Colin Simmons and Sister Lilith Bailey, who are very active members in organizing this event over the years. It would be remiss of me not to mention those two. I just want to be able to say that the Joint Labor Organization Committee, was chaired by Brother Stephen Deal of the BIU. Co-chair was Sister Nadine Henry as vice chair, myself from BPSU, Sister Janae Furbett of the BEU, she was there. Sister Princey Bailey was also there, and Brother Anthony Wolf of the BUT, and Sister Roche Brown of the POA, who have taken the challenge of reviving this particular event. Enough has been said. I just want to be able to wish each and every one of you a happy Labor Day. And remember, don't be afraid of change. Be able to embrace it. Onward and upward together. United we stand, divided we fall. Happy Labor Day.
Okay, 2 quick announcements before we get started. If there are seniors that can walk but don't want to march, we have some PTB buses right on Victoria Street, so you can make your way that way so that you can be a part of the march. Also, if you don't have your banner, please go up in the Union Building, get your banner. And everybody else, please make your way towards Victoria Street. We are gonna march as soon as we can once everybody is in position. Thank you. So the sooner you get lined up, the sooner we can have this march, come back and have some fun. We do have a lot of live entertainment today, so we encourage everybody to come back to enjoy with us this afternoon.